What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Doing yet another subscriber requested course here. Working my way through the list. Only got a few left, so I always say it at the end, but if anyone has any courses you want to see me play of your choosing, whether you've requested it before or maybe you've been watching the channel and haven't done it yet, just any courses. Give me the name of the course and the location down below, and preferably similar to what this one was. Just a little bit of background information down below. But as for today's video, second round of today, I'm playing this one right after I just did the Marco Simone Golf and Country Club, the home of the Ryder Cup. So this is my second round of the day, just for scheduling purposes, because the obviously the Ryder Cup's going to be coming up only in a few days. I want to get that one edited, so you guys will be seeing this one later, but just so you guys know, this is my second round. Played 18 before, so second round today. As for this video, we are playing Iron Valley Golf Club. This is in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, courtesy of the subscriber by the name of Iron Geek 7933, also known as Scott Michael. So shout out to you, Scott, or Iron Geek, for the request. Scott said he actually gave me two. I played one before. It was about a week ago. We've had a week worth of rain here, so this is my first day in 6-7 days coming out here to be able to play, which is why I got kind of behind. I wanted to play that Ryder Cup video and get it posted up, but haven't been able to get out here because of the weather. So the other one he gave me was Dauphin Highlands, but Scott said, referencing Dauphin Highlands, his two favorite courses in his area, and he said in regards to this one, Iron Valley is an old iron quarry with the course cut out of the surrounding forest and the quarry filled in with water. Very narrow, often if off the fairway your ball is lost. So, should be interesting. Pretty cool background information that it was an old quarry. So, we'll see if we get any really cool looking, different kind of unique style holes here. But pretty cool that they made it out of an old quarry. Looks like it's a decent course, considering there was, I think, 5 or 6 different tee boxes. We're playing the furthest back, like always, which are the black tees. So we're going to give it a go, and according to what Iron Geek, aka Scott Michael, said, probably we're in for a little bit of a challenging course, considering he said it's narrow, and if, granted, obviously here, I hit the ball and Garmin finds the ball for me. I don't have to go search for balls. So hopefully we don't lose too many out of bounds and whatnot, but let's see what we can do score-wise. So, real quick for the rundown, Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Super Fast ball on my rubber tees. I just actually ordered some more from Amazon. Got a good deal on some, so I should be set for the rest of my life with rubber tees, considering you don't break them or lose them. DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, and home tee here you're seeing within the Garmin Golf app. So, did a decent amount of talking on the first one. Probably won't do as much on this one, just so I can get through it in an efficient manner and go inside and get some editing done. Obviously, I'm not just going to play it and not say anything, but not going to do quite as much talking and kind of taking my time between shots and explaining stuff and whatnot. I'm just going to kind of get my way through this course in an efficient manner, and probably have some good shots, bad shots, and some interesting ones in between. So, getting into it, first hole par 4, 428. 267 right there, down 1. Looks like a decent ridge here. Hopefully we don't have any kind of funky results when I hit it. Sometimes you see a ridge like this in the middle, and I've had some where you actually hit the drive decent, and for whatever reason it just goes right off the hill like 50 yards. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, but hopefully had some good shots and good driver swings last time. Had some pretty bad ones as well. Kind of righted the ship a little bit driver-wise towards the end, so hopefully we can kind of continue that from the first round I just played and get off to a good start for this one. Not the quickest in the world. That was not the greatest contact. High on the face, going to be out to the right. It's not going to be super far, probably 250, 260, we'll see. Yeah, right in there, 257. We're in the fairway though. I mentioned in the first video, I've been not striking driver super great as of late, so it's a lot easier to start ramping up speed and kind of going after stuff when you have a good feeling of you're striking it well, versus now I'm kind of dialing back speed a little bit in the sake of consistency, and then once I start getting some more confidence and for a few rounds, a few weeks in a row, have a good stretch of driver, ramp up speed again, and start swinging stuff a little bit harder. In any event, second shot, 173 down 1. So 172 should be a decent 8-iron number. Usually play this to about 170, 175. There's going to be some fatigue creeping in here, considering I just played 18. So we'll see. Just need a good smooth swing though. A little bit thin, a little bit left. May need to get down just a tad. That's probably closer to 175. Sit. Yep. 179. But all in all, that will work. Now, par to start off, it's always good. Second hole, par 4. Got a slight dogleg right. Got a bunch of bunkers. A little bit of that quarry water that he was talking about, unless that's just a small pond. I'm thinking, I never look at any of these before I come out here, so I can we're both going through it kind of at the same time and kind of get either surprised or whatnot with some of the layouts. I'm thinking there's probably going to be, that could just be a little bit of a puddle pond, kind of little river type of thing, but I'm thinking because he said that it was filled in, there's still probably some parts of big decent bodies of water, I would think, that they would incorporate into this course, but I guess that will remain to be seen over these next 17 or so holes. 354, so we're gonna go right about there. Oh, 354, what am I saying? Oh yeah, 354 for the hole, and I'm aim 273. I'm already getting delirious with all these different numbers. I said it in the last video, but I feel like sometimes talking through all these numbers and saying them out loud, trying to do math with the slope, the rough, and everything, I feel like sometimes Matthew McConaughey in the Wolf of Wall Street scene where he's saying you deal with numbers all day, that with your head, I kind of get delirious by the end of it with all these different numbers. Not as good of a strike. Low on the face, towards the toe, up the right. Ooh. And it looks like, for whatever reason, usually it doesn't happen with driver. I'm going to give it a couple seconds. I'm going to grab just a quick drink of Gatorade. Sometimes it registers late. It looks like we got the rare mulligan off the tee. That wasn't terrible, but I'm kind of surprised that one didn't register. Alright. Take 2. Better contact, but I pulled it left. .266 though for a miss hit into the fairway. Forgiveness, baby. Alright, 104. I like that number. We're gonna go choke down 48. Looking for my stock choke down, basically 100-yard shot here with this 48 degree. Oh, I hit it thin, and I left it out to the right. That probably will still be on the green, but that's not what we were looking for. Go. All right. Got a big bounce up there. Still got a close, we got a lucky bounce forward there. Still close to the number we were looking for. I just hit that thin and left it out to the right, kind of popped it up. Another par though. Third hole, par 5. This looks like a long one. 483. Got some water there. So we're going to aim up this. Actually, we should be able to clear that. We're going to go kind of in the middle, just so. Got that two-way miss going a little bit. Still working on that feeling. I kind of overdid it. That feeling of basically the putting topspin on a tennis racket type of feel to get a little bit better. Ooh, I don't want to do that actually too close to have it register, but a little bit better swing path and coming through, having the club face a little more square, releasing the club and turning the ball over. I overdid it last time when I came out here, I think it was, and I was basically hitting everything low and left. So I'm trying to kind of dial it back just a little bit. That's the right direction of where I want to go, but obviously I want to hit as close to kind of down the middle as I can. Eliminate that high spinny one to the right, but also you don't want to duck hook everything low and left. Low on the face again. That's going to be up the left side. Going to kind of nose dive, but should be some roll out there in the fairway. Not the best in the world, 256, but we're down the middle and in play. It is pretty crazy that I don't usually buy into a whole lot of the marketing stuff with some of these clubs. Obviously, as the years go on, the golf tech does get better. From year to year, you're not going to see that much of a difference, but I have been seeing for shots off of the center of the club, which is most of the time with that driver, you do get higher ball speeds and more distance. The forgiveness basically is their tagline for this driver, the Stealth 2. When I'm high in the face, low in the face, heel, toe strikes, you do see more distance out of this driver, which generally sometimes it's kind of hit or miss whether their marketing actually stands up to what actually the performance is, but I do think that is a pretty accurate marketing scheme that they have going. All right, second shot here into this par 5, 235 up 1, 236. So, I'm gonna go 4 hybrid. If I hit it good, we're gonna possibly be 10, 15 yards long, but if I don't, should be a pretty good number, and I think there's a decent chance we catch this green on either a really good strike or even a not so great one, considering I usually play this to about 240, 245. It's gonna be pretty straight, but it's low. We'll see. I hit that thin. Oh, that landed soft in that rough. Had that one a little bit straighter, started left, and those usually fade a little bit. Garmin had that fading a little bit more than I probably thought would have happened there, considering I did start that kind of left, but probably pretty close to the distance because I didn't hit that great. Unfortunately, we're right on the edge. If we had like either a couple yards left or a couple yards more, we would have been inside the inner circle for a bird, but at least we got a chance to chip it and it wasn't an automatic +3. So, hitting 3 into this par 5. On the green, we're looking at a par. Inside the inner circle, we're looking at a bird. 13 yards up 1, so it brings us to 14 plus another 1.3. So 15.3 to be exact. Gonna go 60 degree. Oh, I drop kicked it. It'll be fine, but I hit behind that a lot. Well, that's one way to do it. I've said it in a bunch of other videos, but like here, that would have been just, that was like a duff type of swing. Birdie, that's a generous bird. On course with real grass, I hit like an inch behind that ball. Obviously you would catch the grass, dig into the grass, and you would just kind of duff it 5-10 yards forward, versus here, obviously you can't take a divot out of this mat, so a lot of times when you catch it even just a little bit fat, the club skips off the mat and you kind of drop kick it and it almost accelerates the club a little bit more. So it ends up being it turns it from a fat shot almost into a thin drop kick type of shot, which, I mean, it kind of is what it is. This is about as high a quality as a mat. Country Club Elite is generally considered one of the higher end mats. So you can swing down, you can kind of hit down into it a little bit, but I mean, mats are mats. You're not, unfortunately, hitting off of real grass. So 1 under through 3, 4th hole par 4, 4-4-2, 260 right there. We're gonna see if we can get a little more than that. Although those recommended distance off the tee are just your average of all your tee shots that you hit. So generally speaking, it is pretty close to what I usually hit. Obviously, you get some good ones that you hit good, but then you get some ones that you hit 220, and 260 is probably right now, unfortunately, about my average. Although I think I have more in the tank and a higher ceiling, but a little bit better. Still low on the face. Should be up the left side. Honestly, that might be pretty close. Oh, it hit though. That's what I'm talking about with the this one didn't even look like it. 145. It just went right into this hill that apparently is there. That's what I was talking about on that first one with that ridge in the middle. Sometimes you can see, I've had one where there's like a glitch in the mapping and there's like a 100-yard wall of grass in front of you and you have to hit a pitching wedge over it. That one, I don't know. It was low on the face, but obviously that didn't go 145. It is what it is, but now we got some work to do. 300 and we're in the rough, so we need 330. I'm going to go 3 hybrid and just hit one. So on average, I probably hit this about 250, 255, 260, minus the 30. We're looking for, what do we have for slope? Up 4, so even less than that. So we're looking at, have this thing register as about 225 if I hit it good. Struck it decent. Left it out to the right a little bit. Looks like it's coming back. Definitely didn't get all of it, but that was decent. So just a little bit short of what we were looking for. 82 yards left. Gonna go 52 and the best that I can. Have the feeling of about 75 and just obviously put the best that I can. A little 7 yards extra oomph into it. Oh, that was very thin and very toey. That's gonna be short, right? Scoring clubs. Scoring clubs, scoring clubs. Drive for show, which I haven't even been doing that, and then chip and putt for dough. I've also not been doing that, so struggle bus. Well, we got some work to do. We're gonna put this in for par. That was a little bit unfortunate with that drive. No shot that went 145, but you gotta deal with what you get back here. 21, 10%, so another 2.1. We're looking at 23-ish. I'm gonna go 56. Should be pretty close. That may be closer to like 25, 27. All right. I hit it pretty easy though. I knew that was going to be halfway decent. Still, distance control remains an issue. Again, I didn't know if that was going to be 5, 10 yards long or 5, 10 yards short as soon as I hit it, which isn't a great feeling, but we got it to work. Ooh, this is cool. This is a cool hole. This is kind of what I was expecting when he was saying the filled-in quarry with the water. Almost a complete island green here. I guess, I mean, there's some grass back there. Either you have a full island green with a bridge or something like that, just so obviously you can access the green, but this is about as close to an island green as you can get. 125 down 2. So that's going to be a 48. We need 123. So it's not quite a full 48. Usually I have been playing since I got this about 125. Lately, distance has been up just a little bit, so probably closer to 130 when I really hit it good. So I'm still going to take a pretty full swing. I just don't need to try to really get it there. A little bit thin. Should be pretty close though. Wow. Talk about an unlucky break. I don't know about that. I I didn't hit it super solid, but I thought that would have been, that was thin. That should have been enough to get it there. I thought that was going to be pretty close to the number. Wow. We're battling so far. Some unlucky breaks. Hopefully we get lucky in the next throughout the rest of these holes. That's unfortunate. Well, looks like we gotta put it in again. We gotta put it in the hole for a par. Inner circle is a bogey. So we got 104 down 1 to 103 plus another 10, 11 yards. So still a 48. This one's like a 75% 48. Better strike. It's gonna fade a little bit, and maybe on the long side as well. Sit. All right. Was that gonna be a double? That sucks. That's not how I saw that hole going. All right, 2 over through 5, 6 hole par 4. Let's see if we can get a couple of those back. 4, 4, 6, dog leg left. We're gonna aim out here towards the right. Hopefully start one basically on that line, maybe slightly right of it, and then work its way back left. If I can adequately release the club face. Up the right side. That's not going to come back as much as I would like it to. .253. Maybe I've said it before, maybe I just need to swing out of my shoes on one and kind of right the ship. Sometimes you try to dial back distance and kind of steer the ball a little bit, and sometimes you actually almost exaggerate some issues trying to do that, trying to steer the ball, versus you just let instincts take over and swing out of your shoes. Sometimes you just score one up and bomb it, and then you kind of get back on the right track. I don't know. It wasn't a terrible drive, it's just I know I'm capable of hitting it 275 down the middle relatively consistently. I'm not even close to that distance wise, and the consistency's not there too. And I have the capability of hitting it 300 or more on those rare good ones, but I don't know. 2-2-2. No slope, no rough. We're gonna go 5 iron. Thin, low, and left. Ooh, Garmin had it pretty straight though and coming back. That's actually going to work out. Sit, 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 sit. Alright, well that was probably on the generous side, so at least we got kind of one of those unfortunate ones back a little bit. We got a par on that one. That was a pretty bad strike and we got a par out of it, so no complaints there. Still doesn't feel good. I think I said it in the other video. It's kind of tough sometimes. You hit it bad. You just wish it would be 100%. You hit it bad, you get punished. You hit it good, you get rewarded. Sometimes it's you hit it bad and you get rewarded and it doesn't feel, although that was a par, which is good score-wise, it just, you don't feel good about it and you don't feel like you deserved it. And then, like, for example, the other one with the drive, I feel like I hit the drive halfway decent and then you get punished for it, which is kind of unfortunate, but 503, par 5, 7th hole, 2 over. Big old hill there. This is definitely narrow, what he was talking about. Let's see. That's almost like a speed slot there in the fairway. Let's see if we can land it right about there and get it going down that hill. If I hit this good, this could be a decently long drive if we get rewarded for that hill. A little bit better, still low, and I pulled it a bit left. Or a lot left, according to Garmin. 240. Maybe. I don't know about that one either, but that was generally, I mean, it was definitely the right direction, and that was low and kind of nosedivey. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than that, but 264 left now. So, I don't love that short little tree. I'm going to have to lay up over here. 204 there, up 3, so 207 plus another 26, so I'm going to go 4 hybrid there. If I hit it good, it'll just be long on that line into the rough, but you don't have a whole lot of options here. We're asking for trouble if we try to get aggressive with like the 3 hybrid going further left. A little bit thin, a little bit toey. It's going to be up the right. Should be fine though. Pretty much what we needed. Goes to show too, I'm not doing a great job releasing the club, because generally speaking, heel strikes go right and toe strikes go left, but considering I hit that off the toe, that means my club face is still open when I'm hitting it, so I'm hitting it towards the toe and the club face is open and it's still going right. I think. I'm no PGA professional by any means. Like coach, that is. 86 yards down 3. We're going to try the 52. Need 83 here. Alright, I actually hit that pretty good. We'll see what happens. That could be on the long side. Sit. Sit, sit, sit. Yep. Hit that good though, so we'll take that. That's a good miss. A little bit long, but clean strike. Another par. Don't get me wrong, pars are good, but to make up for where we're at score-wise, we're going to need a couple birds here. Onwards we go. 8th hole, par 3, 2 over. 198, up 4. So, a little bit of an in-between number, but it is closer to a 6 than a 7, so I am going to do that. We need 202. Good amount of left to right slope on this green. This is gonna, if I hit the green, hopefully it's gonna keep rolling to the right. Thin up the left side. It actually may work out. We'll see. It's definitely gonna fade. I may end up missing the green to the right. Land soft. Right around the distance I would expect, and like I said, probably should have aimed left on that, but I hit the green and just bounced a decent amount to the right. It's alright though, we got a chance to save par. On the green, we're looking at a bogey. Inside the inner circle, we'll get a par. Maybe we'll even get lucky and chip it in, we'll see. 15 yards up 2 and another 1.5, so 17, 1.5, 18 and a half. Gonna go 60 degree. Play as close to I can. It's about 20 yards here. Should be pretty good. It's going to be like a yard left, but that should be pretty close. Yeah, I knew that was going to be right on the number. Another decently struck wedge. +1. I think we saved par. Let's go. Not the best struck 6-iron in the world, but that was good. That was exactly what I was trying to do. Exact contact, exact distance, and pretty much exact dispersion left and right. That was pretty much dead straight. So, yeah, better 60 degree there. Still 2 over though, through 8. 9th hole, par 4, 393. This one, a little bit more open than what we've been seeing. We're aimed 269. And we got 10 yards of downslope. pulled it left, but it was struck better. That's probably honestly more of a pull than a draw, but at least it's going from right to left and it's not slicing right. So whether it's a pull or a draw, it's going left, which I'm happy about. Still a little bit low launch. That was kind of a little bit on the end of nosedivey, but I think that felt a little bit quicker. If I can just strain that out a little bit and get more of a baby draw versus a kind of a pull hook or a overdraw, I feel like that has the potential of being a 280, 290, even 300 yard swing, somewhat more often than not. But 112 down 7. So we're gonna go 48. We need 105. At least I know, I think I have like the capability and I guess the ingredients, so to speak, to hit like 300 yard drives. Obviously it's just putting it all together and doing it consistently is the issue, but I do think I have the capability of it if I can kind of figure things out. That's so ironic. That is just, I missed the net right. That's exactly what happened. That is so bad. That's very ironic. I know I was talking about the driver, but I go and say I think I have the capability and the ingredients to do something good, and then I go and shank the 48 right of the net into the woods. The golf gods humbled me real quick on that. That's kind of comical, actually. Well, I'm gonna have to go find that one after. And now we got work to do. Oh man. 76 down 4, 72 plus another 7 or 8, so we need like 79. I'm gonna go 52. Like I've said before, sometimes if you don't laugh, you'll cry. That is such a bad, comically bad shot after what I was just saying. That is kind of unbelievable. That's the chain of events that just occurred, but all right, let's see if we can hit it into the net. Oh man, and it didn't read. I want to hit decent again. I don't do it super often. I do. That has happened though, that shank to the right off the Hosel. That was a Hosel Rocket 48. Go figure, but makes me very glad that although I can't play at night and when it's inclement weather out here like rain and snow, if it's really bad, I would be definitely worried. I would definitely have to have a couple nets to the right if I was inside, like in a garage or something. That would always be in the corner of in the back of my mind every single time I hit a shot. Not as good on that one. That was thinner. Go. All right. Bogey. I want to say I can't believe I just did that with the 48, but I kind of can. I've done before. I'll definitely do it again. 10th hole, par 4, 3 over. Down 33. All right. We need a good one here. We need a good swing. We need a centered strike. We need some decent speed, and we need a good launch. And I could literally hit one 250, and we're going to get 288 out of it. So if I can hit one 270, we're going to get over 300 here. Low in the face towards the heel, up the left. We'll see. We could still get 280, 290 out of that because of the 33 yards. And it looks like we are. Man, I could have hit that thing. We still got 303. We got lucky too with that downslope, and it looks like there was a hill that we caught as well. That wasn't a great strike. Gave it a little bit extra speed, so that's probably why some of that forgiveness, and we got a little bit extra distance out of it. It's still 303, but if I actually hit that one good, we probably could have got closer to, I think I could have hit that 20 yards further if I made a better strike. That would have been a cool shot to look back on, like 325. Granted, obviously we didn't hit it realistically that far, but with the slope and whatnot, that could have been like a 3 and change, decently high distance on that one. But 148 and we're still down again, so this is a massively down sloping hole all in all. So 148 down 12 puts us at 134. Should be though a good, I like that number, should be a good full pitching wedge number. Strike depending, of course. Should be pretty close to that. Popped it up just a tad, but I had that drawing, and it looks like it's trying to a little bit. Should be pretty close. Go. We'll take it. I don't think we got the inner circle, but that was, we're 4 yards from the pin, so can't ask for much more than that. Par. Especially considering I'm complaining about 4 yards from the pin. I just shanked one and missed the net, so that was good. 3 over, 11th hole, par 4, 338, down 12. Whoa, well, we got a tree right in front of us. What's going to happen here? So talk about I need a higher launch. We need a real high launch on this one. We're going to favor the right side just so we can kind of maybe clear this tree a little bit. That's a very poorly placed tree. Or bush, whatever it is. Wonder if that's there in real life. Well, I launched it higher. That was high in the face, out of the toe, up the right. I'll bounce off one of those trees and go left. Again, going with that kind of ingredients capability analogy. That was high in the face. Wasn't a great swing, but at least I got the higher launch aspect of that right. If I can now ramp up speed and actually find the middle of the club face, we got one of the parts of it, at least, of the equation. 73. It's telling me to only go 66, though. That's a little odd. 73 to the pin, down 1 puts us at 72, plus another 7. So 79-ish. Gonna go 52, and just gonna play the best that I can, a 75-yard shot, and be happy if it comes up 4 yards short. Popped it up a little bit, but should be pretty close to that number. I hit it decent. Yep, just a tad short, but it was right at it. 5 yards instead of 4 yards short. We'll take it. That was actually a good, wish I could do that on command. That was a good 75-yard swing. Problem is, when I need 75, I can't do it. Twelfth hole, par 3, 171 up 8. So 179. A little bit of an in-between number. It's closer to an 8 than it is a 7, so I am going to try to muscle up an 8 just a little bit. Usually play this, like I said, you guys probably know my stock yardage is decent because I say it so often, but 8 iron, 170, 175, occasionally 180 if I hit it good. I need closer to that right here. I'm going to shut down the face just a little bit. Oh, that was... I tried to swing out of my shoes. That was so thin and low on the face. I may get lucky, but that should be... Wow, we got it there. I was going to say that should be short. And it did land short, but we got a decent bounce. Pretty bad strike, but it worked out. Well, I think we're about even for good breaks and bad breaks. There was those two drives that were kind of unfortunate, and then that one was definitely on the luckier side, and there was one other one that I was saying was lucky. So I think we're pretty much we're back to where we should be, both unfortunate and fortunate breaks, which is kind of what I say. Usually it evens itself out by the 18 holes through 18 holes. I wish we were even on the scorecard, but we're still 3 over. 13th hole, par 5, 5-3-1, down 4, and then this is going to be a tough second and third shot. Dogleg left over the corner of that water. That's probably part of some of the quarry water, I would assume. Kind of a better swing, but it's still low enough to left. So, realistically not that much better, but 253 into the rough. I am, though, at least I'm getting the feeling of shutting down the club face. I'm overdoing it too much and coming up low and left, but if I can just, again, kind of even things out, equal things out, and kind of go a little bit back towards neutral and have that kind of bias of overdoing it left, that should straighten things out and kind of, like I've been saying, eliminate somewhat of that high spinny one, at least off the tee. I wish I could do that across the rest of my bag, but if the miss is low and left versus high, short, and right, that's not the worst thing in the world, and then hopefully I can kind of find a middle ground between the two. 282 left, down 24, but we're in the rough, so that's essentially, it's going to cancel out the 10% of the rough here. It's only going to be an extra 4 yards, so 206 right there. No shot we get it there. Get a little risky. I mean, we don't have a great score going. This is definitely on the riskier side, but I think we're going to go here and down 33, so that's even more than what the shortage is for the rough. I'm going to hit 3 hybrid right there. This is probably pretty dumb. This is not good course management skills, but I kind of want to see if we can kind of get a little bit aggressive and get a stroke back here, maybe. If I can hit this 3 hybrid decent. Cut the corner just a bit. Hit it pretty good. It was a tad heavy, came out a little bit left. Oh yeah. That's what we were looking for right there, folks. And that worked out. Kind of took a little bit of a gamble there, and it paid off. That feels good. All right, 67 left, up 1, going 52. Another kind of controlled feel shot here. Should be decent. Struck a halfway decent. It's going to be a little bit towards the right. Oh, get down. What is that? Sit. I don't know about that. I knew I hit it good. I don't think I hit that 83 though. +3 for a bogey. Took the gamble, paid off for the 3 hybrid, and then we go and do that. That's a real kick in the you-know-what. Again, I don't know if it went quite that far, but I probably did overhit that. And distance control, I gotta spend days and weeks out here hitting wedges only. 4 over now, 14th hole, par 4, 365. We got trees. This is probably what he's talking about with all these trees all over the place. If you're not in the fairway here, you're probably losing your ball with all these trees. And it's probably even more dense in real life than it looks like here. And we're hitting, I believe that's up 15. We'll see. This is a hit and a hope. I think it should be relatively straight, but that was super low on the face. That is a worm burner. 210. So realistically, that was 225. That was pretty bad. At least it was straight though. Yikes. Going from bad to worse. 164 up 7. 8 iron territory. Actually struck that pretty good, but I left it out to the right. That was solid contact. We're pin high, just I knew club face was open when I hit that. .22. So these for like, I don't get it though. For something like that, that was dead on the money. Exactly how it felt, exactly what would have happened in real life on course. That was a 100% accurate read from the Garmin there. Why you can't do that every single time, I don't know, but 22, up 2, and another 2 for the rough, so 24, 26. I'm gonna go 56, play right in between my 25, 30 yard shot, hopefully. A little bit thin, pulls a little bit left. I may need to get down. Yep, a little bit long. That was probably closer to 30, 32, 33, something like that. +2, another bogey. Yikes. 15. Played well in that first round, came in with some. It came out originally, played that first round at Marco Simone, didn't have the highest expectations in the world because I hadn't played in a week. Actually played pretty well. Expectations got raised up a little bit. Now I'm getting brought back down here, not playing the best. So is life. 4-5-1, par 4. This is a pretty long one too. 277. At least we're hitting down 10. I guess moral of the story is I gotta come out and expect to shoot 100 every single time, and then if I'm anything under that, I'll just be pleasantly surprised. Obviously, you put in tons of time and effort and work and money into playing and whatnot. Your expectations, obviously, the more work you put in, the better you think you should play. But just to manage expectations in my own head, I should probably dial that back and then be pleasantly surprised if I play well, versus coming out and after putting in years and years of hitting balls and playing rounds, and especially back here playing, expecting the more work I put in, the better I get, which I have improved, but it's just sometimes a bit frustrating when things don't come together on a day. A little bit better swing there though. Still low in the face, but that should be pretty much down the middle, I think. And it's crazy, I've said it before too, it's crazy how you can go, I mean, let alone day to day and week to week if you're having a good stretch of holes or whatever, or rounds, but it's crazy how you can go, literally, I took less than 5 minutes off in between this round and the last one, played so much better. I know fatigue's part of it, playing 18 holes already and then playing these, but it's crazy how you can go, sometimes even within the same round, hole to hole, but literally one round and then 5 minutes later play, I mean, a decent amount worse. It's kind of crazy how that works. That's why scratch golfers and semi-pros, college golfers, and then obviously especially professionals, their consistency is just off the charts, unreal. 195, down 2. I'm going to go 7. They're good, obviously. I don't have to tell you guys, but they're good. It's just unreal good. And the biggest thing, in my opinion, is just their misses and their bad. Their bad is just really not that bad at all. Like if they slightly mishit it, it's like 5 or less yards. Obviously, they have some really bad ones, but like generally speaking, they're just exactly what they want to do, like 90-95% of the time, which is just insane to even think of. That was better though. It's 2 better swings in a row. That should be on the green. Should be pretty close. Probably about 190-ish. 194. And even that, 8 yards off the center, a little bit long, but I mean for me that's a good shot. If I could only, I'd be happy if I could do that 9 times out of 10. 16th hole, par 5. I've hit the mic a couple times. I really hope it's still, I've accidentally touched it. Really hope it still shows that it's connected. Really hope that it's still going. I didn't accidentally like press a button or something. Alright. 3 holes left, 5 over. 16th hole, par 5. You gotta consider too, up 30 yards this time. I was gonna say, gotta consider too. Iron Geek, aka Scott Michael, did say this isn't exactly the easiest course in the world, so gotta factor that in too. But this isn't exactly a wide open link style course where you can miss the fairway 50 yards left or right and still be fine. I was just had the thought cross my mind. I was going to say don't say it because you're going to jinx yourself, but I'll say it just for comedic relief if it does happen. I was going to say at least we haven't had any penalty strokes into the trees. I'll probably do it right now, but closer to the middle, but the club face was open. That's going to be up the right side. Go. Ooh, that opens up a lot over there. 225. Hit my 5-iron further than that. Alright, 248. Up 3, plus another 25, so just going, we're not going to get it there. Going 3 hybrid, and hopefully have like a 52 or less into this green. Should double check. I'm just kind of hitting it. There's not much up there. We're going to go more at it. Just double checking there wasn't like water or anything up there. Bunkers aren't ideal, but I'll live with bunkers. Penalty strokes would kill you in the trees or into the water. A little bit toey, but struck it halfway decent. Still going to be short right into the rough, but 42 should give us, like I said, about a 52 in here. So 42 down 1 plus another 4, right at 45. Thin to win, maybe. That's gonna have to get down. Ooh, right past the pin. That'll work. That'll do. Pretty bad strike, but at least it was straight. And that was a thin to win for a bird. Alright, 2 holes left. 17th hole, par 3, 180, up 8. Gonna go 7. I've actually, over the last few rounds, more often than not, I've been hitting this actually closer to like 195 on average. A couple times 200, a little over 200, so I gotta maybe start upping my stock yardage a little bit. It's not exactly at least past few rounds hasn't exactly been a 190 club. Close to it, but it's been a little bit more than that as of late. Thin, up the right, go. And right, I don't know why I do that to myself. Right as I say it's been not exactly a 190 club, it's been more than that. I go and hit it, what was that, 160, 170? 17 yards. part of it is just positive self-talk. Some of it's probably delusion. Some of it I have been hitting it better, but I think on average too, most people probably think they have a couple good rounds, they think they are better. I would say probably 75% of amateurs, if not even more, probably think that in their head that they are better because they focus and harp on the really good shots and really good holes versus what your true average is, and I'm right in there with everyone else. Probably think I am a little bit better than I really am, but could be worse. 60 degree, that's probably gonna have to go a little bit. That was closer to 15, that's probably gonna be a little bit short left. And it is, but I think we got the inner circle maybe. Yep. Alright, 18th and final hole. We made it. Crawling our way to the finish line. 4 over. We got 1 back from that bird. Not the best, not the worst. Kind of a pretty mediocre round altogether. 399 par 4. Dogleg right. Another misplaced tree, or poorly placed tree. Up 17 yards too, so we could be in store for another 220-yard drive if I don't hit it good. .270 is only going to give us 253. I don't know if 270 is in the cards anymore. Might as well. I'll give this one a little bit of a rip. We're not protecting a great score here, so we'll swing at this one just a little bit more than we have been. Still a little bit low towards the toe, but that was hit halfway decent. It's funny, like I've been saying, sometimes you're better off just to swing kind of harder at it and let instincts take over than trying to steer it. So that was close to 270. I don't know. I go back and forth with that. Not only with irons, it's mostly driver, just trying to find the fairway, but sometimes I go back and forth. I try to play a little bit smarter, more conservative, maybe swing at 80-90% and try to steer it a little bit into the fairway versus swinging out of my shoes and really trying to maximize distance. And then oddly enough, sometimes you can almost hit it more consistently and straighter when you actually let, like I said, your instincts take over and just hit it. 154 up 4. We're gonna go 9. This is on the upper end of a 9, but if I hit it 150, 155, it still should be on the green. I don't know. That could be closer to 145, 150. Didn't strike it terrible, but popped it up and left it out to the right. Go. Nope. Guess that yardage pretty close though. It said 145, 150. It was right in between that and 147. Not a good strike, but I guess you could say I know my misses somewhat. Alright, we got work to do. 13 yards, up 2, and we're in the bunker. So 15, 10% would be 1.3, so it'd be another 3, if not even a little bit more. Sometimes the bunkers play short. So I think we need about 20. Going 60. Another plane. Probably just a little bit short right. It's gonna have to go a little bit. Yep, and that landed soft. I don't get it. I've said it so many times. I think it was the last video. It was either the last video or I mentioned at the beginning of this one. I come out here when I'm like outside and like taking my dog out doing yard work and stuff, and I almost never hear planes. And I can't stress it enough. I don't live near an airport. I don't live near any like Air Force or Army bases or anything. And it's almost every single time I come out here, and like I haven't been out here for a week. Every time I come out here, there's like multiple planes that go over. It's not that big of a deal because they go over quick, but it's like I'm hearing that and I'm saying something and then I hear it go over and I have to wait so you guys can hear me. I don't know. Strange. I guess they want to fly over and get a look in at my bad golf. So, from Iron Valley Golf Club in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, courtesy of Iron Geek 7933, aka Scott Michael. Shout out to you, Scott. We ended up with a 5 over 77, so kept it under 80, 39 on the front, 38 on the back. Only 2 birdies, mostly pars and bogeys actually, but double bogey on 5, that one hurt the scorecard. The rest were pars and bogeys besides 3 and 16. Somehow we hit 9 out of 14 fairways. Granted, some of those were like 220, so that factors into it, but at least we were above 50%, closer to 75. Same thing with that greens and regulation. At least we hit above 50%, obviously 9 being 50%, so slightly above that, 11 out of 18, and then 32 putts. Not horrendous, right in between 1.5, 2 putts a hole. Want to be closer to 1.5 if I can, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. Again, shout out to Iron Geek, Scott Michael. Similar to what he said with, I really like, he gave me some background information on this course, and the other one he gave me, Dauphin Highlands, I think it was called. Like I mentioned at the beginning, anyone else out there that has a course you'd like to see me play of your choosing, give me the name of the course and where it's located, the town and the state, or if it's overseas, whatever. I'll double check it within Home to Hero, and then preferably just a little bit of background information of why you want me to play it, whether it's your home course, whether it's a super easy course in your area, municipal course, super challenging course, a course you've never played, maybe a private club, or a like a destination course somewhere across the world, whatever the case may be. I'm willing and open to play anything back here. So hopefully this video will be released. Like I said, I played the Ryder Cup video first, the Ryder Cup course first out here today. This was the second round of the day. By the time this one gets posted, the Ryder Cup will be over. Hopefully Team USA pulled out a W. Let me know if you guys watched it down below. And like always, appreciate all the support you guys show the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.